Unfriended is this new cyber horror movie. You've almost certainly seen the adverts. There's been quite a lot of news articles written about it. The story essentially is a group of young friends are having an online Skype chat and iMessaging each other. And whilst they're doing all this, a faceless troll who appears to be channeling the spirit of a fellow student who died a year ago turns up within their chat, and whatever they do, they can't get rid of the troll. And the sort of the sucker punch of the movie is that the whole thing plays out on the computer screen of one of the protagonists. So as you're watching it, what you're watching is the computer screen, which has got these pop-up windows, which is video chats, which is iMessages, which is the Spotify stuff, which is links to YouTube, which is Google searches. So essentially, for the duration of the movie, you are watching the thing play out on a computer screen.
Hey!
Hello, can you hear us?
Wait, what'd they say?
10:35.
10:25. I heard 10:25.
Which one?
10:30.
Okay, all right, I'll
10:25.
10:35. No, it's a time check. So 52:50.
52:50. I didn't hear 52:50.
No, it's a mental case. Val used to have seizures. Guys,
Are you sure?
yes, she told me like a long time ago she had the sickness that causes seizures. Maybe she just had a freaking
You ever
seizure.
seen her have a seizure, ever?
I don't know. I mean,
Anybody ever see her have a seizure?
I feel bad now.
No, they said 10:55.
10:55?
10:55.
Wait, stress does cause seizures. Okay.
Okay, well, I feel bad. She still deserved it, but I feel bad
10:55.
now. Shit.
No, it's a corner case.
Okay.
What else? 10:45? Val?
Oh my god.
Hey!
So what's going on in that is that they're all seeing Val's screen. Something has happened to Val, and during the course of the movie, it becomes evident that they are being effectively sort of cyber stalked. And so, in many ways, it's it's the old horror trope. It's the Halloween Bloody Valentine. I know what you did. It's the anniversary death thing. Something happened, a secret in the past, and now the vengeful spirit is coming back to it. But because it's all played out on a computer screen, this incident is not something that's completely original. I mean, if you look, for example, the idea of computers as being sort of demonic and difficult goes back to Demon Seed and to, Evil Speak, which is the famous video Nasty. And then you got Hideo Nakata's Chat Room, which failed in any way to get a handle on what online interaction looks like. In this case, this is a film which actually understands its Skyping culture. And so during the course of the movie, each of them is being cyber stalked with revelations coming out online which are causing the protagonists to turn against each other. And as I said, the central gimmick is that it plays out on the computer screen. So whilst you're watching it, you're seeing windows within windows, you're following text messages, you're seeing. And I think your response to it will be to some extent conditioned by how you feel about that culture. If you are an older member of the audience, one of the things that can happen is you can start to feel panicky about, firstly, how much there is to keep up with, where to look, and also the sense of actually these teens being completely dexterous with this. It's like they're not even thinking about the way in which it's working. What makes the film work, however, is that if you are at home with the culture, and if you are at home with the, with the online interaction, what it does says something quite interesting about cyberbullying, because many people have seen the trailer say, okay, you're being stalked through the internet, well, just log off. And the smart thing about the plot is that at several points, they all tell you, they just say, log off, just turn your computer off, walk away. But the point is they can't. Why can't they? Because they're addicted to the thing. And I think what's interesting about it is that quite apart from being a horror movie which has the strength of its formal convictions, so if you think, for example, of the Blair Witch Project, right? The Blair Witch Project was a film which said, okay, this is going to play out as the found footage of these people who went out to make a documentary in, Burkittsville Wood, and we're going to say that that's all there is. There isn't exterior, that's what there is. And at the beginning of Blair Witch, you think, this is going to drive me mad. I mean, this is a long time ago. This is kind of like the lodestone of the found footage genre. Obviously, it owes a debt to Ruggero Deodati's Cannibal Holocaust. Obviously, that's in the background of it.
Obviously.
I know you were going to say that. I was going to preempt you before you brought that up. up.
What about Cannibal Holocaust? I was going to
Yeah,
say.
exactly, and that's why I just leapt straight in there. So, but Blair Witch Project had the strength of its convictions, and despite the fact that the shrieky teenagers, seen all the way through, and they're not teenagers, they're young film students, seen all the way through on these shaky handheld cameras, this is going to drive me mad. Actually, what it did was it made the thing believable, it made it credible. I know people who saw Blair Witch when it first came out, who genuinely thought, is this real? Is this actually real? Well, in the case of Unfriended, which at one point was called Cybernatural, what it has is the strength of its conviction. So although a movie like Open Windows last year might have sort of looked at doing this is a complete sort of hermetically sealed world in which actually the irony of it is that whilst they're all online trying to figure out, is one of them playing the trick on the other one? Who's actually behind all this? These Facebook messages that they're getting from somebody who appears to be dead, who's hacked into that account? And they all start distrusting each other. And in fact, what the movie is doing is it's saying you're looking the bogeyman straight in the face, and the bogeyman is the screen itself. And in many ways, it's a shrieky teen terrorized slasher movie. But actually, below that, it's a film which is about the fact that cyberbullying only works if you partake in it, if you cooperate with it, if you give it. And all the way through the film, there's links that come up which don't click that link, don't do this, don't do that, and they do. And why do they? Because actually, the underlying theme of it is that it's to do with the fact that you can't turn the screen off. I went into it feeling a little bit cynical about how well or how thoroughly this idea of playing the thing out on a computer screen would work, and I have to say I was rather impressed by it. I mean, the guiding light behind it all is Timo Bekmambetov, who is kind of a producer who first had the idea and then got in Levin Gabriazzi, who's the director, and Nelson Greaves, who's the screenwriter. And it's brilliantly edited. That's the other thing to say. It all looks like it's done in real time. It looks like actually the actors are all Skyping their performances. I mean, they're not. The actors are separated in different rooms, and they have GoPro cameras that are filming them. So they are talking to each other through cyber links, although not through through internet links. And then afterwards, that footage is then edited very heavily, and all credit to the editors who've done a really terrific job of editing this stuff into something which is oddly gripping. Also, a lot of the screenwriting was done in post because it's to do with iMessages being written after the fact. I was surprised by how well it worked. Some people will find it unbelievably annoying. Some people will just do that thing of going, just turn the computers off. But that's the strength of it. The strength of it is it's not playing to that audience. It's playing to the audience that understand that you can't. You have to look. You have to be part of it. You can't unplug. And that is what makes it work.